Friends, last period we see theory of interference bands, methods of obtaining the coherent sources, that is Lloyd's mirror and Fresnel's biprism. That is, last period we see the interference which explains the wave nature of light. In this period we have to see the diffraction of light, which is another phenomenon which explains the wave nature of light. We know that is entire wave optics, entire geometrical optics depends upon the wave nature of light, that is the rectilinear propagation of light. Light travels in a straight line path, but when an obstacle or the slit is placed in the path of the light, then the light will be bends at the edges of an obstacle, or the light will be bends at the sharp corners of the slit and enters into the geometrical shadow. Here this is an obstacle in the path of the light, and this is the region of geometrical shadow, and this is an illuminated area. But when the light will be incident on an obstacle, the light will be bends at these edges of an obstacle and enters into the geometrical shadow. On the other hand, when the slit is placed in front of the light, then this is an illuminated area, this is a geometrical shadow of the slit. But when light is incident on this narrow slit, then the light will be enters into this geometrical region of geometrical shadow. That means the condition for the diffraction pattern is, that is diffraction can takes place only when the width of the slit or the width of an obstacle or the width of a slit is nearly equal to the wavelength of the light, then only the phenomenon of diffraction will be takes place. In case of sound also, diffraction will be takes place. That means we hear the sound even if there is a wall in between source of sound and the observer. As the wavelength of the sound is large, therefore it is easy to explain the phenomenon of diffraction in sound. But here diffraction, for the condition for the diffraction of light, the width of the obstacle or the slit is nearly equal to the wavelength of the light, then only the phenomenon of diffraction will be takes place. Diffraction will be intimately considered as the interference of light. Only in here the difference is that large number of rays of light, large number of sources of light will be used in the phenomenon of diffraction, and in the phenomenon of interference only the two coherent sources of light will be used. Here the light interferes, the secondary waves from the edges will be enters or reaches to the geometrical shadow, and the phenomenon of the diffraction will be takes place. Simply, diffraction is the phenomenon of bending of light near the edges of an obstacle or the slit and enters into the geometrical shadow is called as the diffraction of light. Now, depending upon the system of diffraction pattern, there are two types of diffraction. That is, number one, Fresnel's diffraction. And second, Fraunhofer's diffraction. These are two. Fresnel's diffraction and Fraunhofer's diffraction are the two types of the diffraction. What is the difference between them? Fresnel's diffraction, the diffraction in which source of light or the slit and the screen is placed at a very large when the source of light, that is obstacle or slit, and the screen are placed near to each other, very close to each other, then the diffraction pattern obtained is called as the Fresnel's diffraction. That is, source of light or obstacle or slit is placed near to each other, then the diffraction pattern is obtained is called as Fresnel's diffraction. The diffraction in which source of light or obstacle or slit are placed at a very large distance, at an infinite distance from the screen, then the diffraction is called as the Fraunhofer's diffraction. That means in Fraunhofer's diffraction, the screen and the source slit are placed at an infinite distance, then the diffraction is called as Fraunhofer's diffraction. In case of Fresnel's diffraction, as the slit and screen are placed close to each other, the light will be used in the form of spherical wavefront or cylindrical wavefront. Spherical or cylindrical wavefront, but in case of the Fraunhofer's diffraction, the light, the secondary wavefronts will be used in terms of plane wavefront. In case of Fraunhofer's diffraction, to obtain diffraction pattern on the screen, a lens will be used to focus the diffraction pattern. The lens, the converging lens, the convex lens will be used to produce diffraction pattern on the screen. Converging or convex lens will be used to obtain the diffraction pattern on the screen, and in case of Fresnel's diffraction, there is no requirement of such lens to obtain diffraction pattern on the screen. This is the Fresnel's and Fraunhofer's diffraction. That means in Fresnel's diffraction, the diffraction pattern in which source, obstacle or slit will be placed close to the screen, then it is called as Fresnel's diffraction. In case of Fraunhofer's diffraction, screen and slit are placed at an infinite distance. In case of Fresnel's diffraction, the light will be used in terms of spherical or cylindrical wavefront. In case of Fraunhofer's diffraction, the light is in the form of plane wavefront. In case of Fresnel's diffraction, no lens will be required to obtain diffraction pattern on the screen, but in case of Fraunhofer's diffraction, lens is used to obtain diffraction, convex lens, converging lens will be used to produce diffraction pattern on the screen. Now we have to see experimental setup for Fraunhofer's diffraction. Experimental setup for Fraunhofer's diffraction, which is shown in figure. The experimental setup for Fraunhofer's diffraction consists of a monochromatic source of light S, which is placed at a focus of the lens L. The light emerging from lens L consists of parallel rays which forms the plane wavefront. This plane wavefront is allowed to fall on the slit or obstacle or circular aperture or double slit or grating. Then the light emerging from slit S is allowed to fall on the converging lens L, and the light emerging from slit S, which is the convex lens L, another convex lens L is used to focus the beam of light. The wavefronts from the plane wave, the slit will be focused on the screen, which is placed at a distance d or at the focus of the second lens L. In case of circular aperture, we use the point source of light and the biconvex lens to produce the interference pattern on the screen. But in case of linear slit, the light will be used in the form of linear source and the cylindrical lens will be used to obtain the steady interference diffraction pattern in the form of linear images. This is the difference between circular aperture and the slit. This is that means the experimental element consists of the source S, monochromatic source of light S, which is placed at the focus of the lens. The light emerging from lens L consists of parallel rays, that is wavefront, plane wavefront, which is allowed to fall on the diffracting system, such as the lens, the slit or circular aperture or grating or double slit. The light emerging from the slit S will be, or the circular aperture will be focused on the screen by using the lens L. In case of circular aperture, point source of light will be used and the biconvex lens will be used to obtain diffraction pattern on the screen. On the other hand, in case of slit or double slit, the linear source of light will be used and the cylindrical lens will be used to focus the diffraction pattern on the screen, and this is the experimental setup for Fraunhofer's diffraction.